Hi everyone and welcome back to another brand new episode of the Intuitive Psychology podcast. I am one of your hosts, Jill Ritchie, and I'm joined by my co-host and co-founder of Intuitive Psychology Association, Sarah Gregg. Welcome.
Hello, Jill.
Hello. What are we talking about today, my love?
Today it's a really good one. It's at the forefront of our minds, and I think the listeners are going to love it because this seems to be sparking conversations everywhere. So we are going to be talking about building your business, growing your business outside of social media, and the growing importance of connection and community.
Now, let us just give you a bit of sort of background on this. So we have both built businesses on social media. We have also built connections and business opportunities outside of social media. And there's been periods that I've absolutely loved Instagram. I think I go back to lockdown was a huge sort of online community and connection space because people weren't having that outside.
That'll not pick up in the call.
Oh, right. Okay. Because people were not having that human connection. They were really craving it. And so everybody just sort of flocked to social media. And even just before that, probably 2018 to 2022, 23, I enjoyed that space. And I mean, there was a lot of nonsense on there and there was a lot of what there is right now. But I guess it was fun. It was more enjoyable. There was a sense of community and connection. But we're definitely seeing a lot of people turning away from it. We're seeing a lot of customer change in behaviour on social media. Now, we've both changed. The rise of like TikTok and all of these things, like literally 2 seconds flick, 2 seconds flick, 2 seconds flick. People are not on there to consume like 30-minute lives and our lives. Sometimes we are partial still to a little bit of a live, but they're on there and it's just like bombardment after bombardment of people selling or people trying to get their message across. And you could have the best message in the world with the most inspiring content and this deep desire and willingness to help people, but you're kind of at the mercy of, number one, an algorithm that could change at any minute, and also people's desire to listen to what you've got to say for more than 2 or 3 seconds.
Well, that's it. I mean, first of all, I think we've got to really just put into context, the platform and what it's designed to do. So Instagram, social media, obviously they're all free to access, it's kind of like pay to play if you want to run adverts, but it's free to access, but inevitably we're being monetized through the process. So when we're talking about social media, we've got to look at it through the eyes of the business who is providing the platform to us. And the goal of Instagram is to have as many users as possible, consuming as much content as possible, being on the algorithm, being on the platform for as long as possible, and also increasing that engagement of really good quality content that keeps you engaged. So the stakes are quite high. It's not really in Instagram's best interests that it only shows you 1 or 2 people inside your community. It wants to show you newness. It wants to encourage you to flick and scroll at quite like a rapid rate. It then, and let's be clear, even when you're flicking and scrolling through social media, the app is designed to scan your eyes to like micro milliseconds, where even if you hover over an image, an ad, a particular video, it will clock that. And then it's going to show you more. So let's be clear. No matter how much you try to crack the algorithm, it's always in its best interests for it to show the end user multiple different things to keep them on the app for longer. The second thing, and a lot of experts have spoken about this, is Instagram and social media in general. Let's just not we talk about Instagram because it's the platform that we use and we've grown our business on, is designed to create outrage. So you'll even notice this yourself. The more outrageous a video is, the more there is a hook, the more where something doesn't make sense, the more attention grabbing it is. So I think whenever I first started Instagram, which would have been like, I think it was about 2018, it was probably more a space where people were being vulnerable, and vulnerability was the currency that we didn't even realize that we were exchanging. Like, it wasn't kind of like, oh, if you're vulnerable, you get more likes. It kind of felt like this space that was different from Facebook, where people were going on and maybe sharing a photo and sharing their journey, and it was kind of like the photo album of their life, and they were telling stories through photos. Like, let me tell you about this. Like, here's a snapshot of my life, and here's what what it says or represents. Whereas now we have this like frantic, crazy world where everyone is fighting for attention, and we've moved away from the connection and community, you know. And I'm going to be totally honest, even I've done that, right? I find it hard to, because of the way the platform's designed, to read a really long post, to meaningfully engage like with the content that's on there. Whereas before I would have watched people's stories, I would have responded and made great friends and connections. But it's not designed, it's divisive. It feels like everyone is quite let's just talk specifically about like the wellness kind of like coaching world. It feels like we are encouraged to be divisive because it's more outrageous. It's like, don't do this. This is why this is wrong, right? That's going to get your attention. So we're all pitted against each other. It's more outrageous, like views. It's more bold statements. It's more, I'm right, you're wrong. Listen to me. Here's this thing. And you know what? It's draining. Like, it's draining. And I feel like a lot of people are at saturation point because, one, we are consuming but not really absorbing the information. We are creators, so we're actually more creating and consuming, so we're just locked in this cycle. And I think now people are really, because humans are wired for connection, I think people are more hungry and deprived of real meaningful connections than ever before.
Yeah. It's so funny because when you were talking, the word that kept coming through was caricatures.
Yeah.
People become a caricature of themselves. Like you mentioned, the more outrageous or the more controversial, because you're like, it's that kind of, well, if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah.
So I might as well try it this way. I'll say that. And we've tried to pivot and do a few different things. And honestly, I actually get ill. Like, I've really noticed that about myself. You know, the changes that happen. We were talking about this on the way down to the car. And we're going to do another episode about this, actually. The changes that happen to you in your life because of when you go on this journey, what you're here for and what you're not. And I notice when I'm ever sort of pulled out of my path, my authenticity, even though I can, doesn't mean I should. I've said this a lot. Just because you can doesn't mean you need to. And it's true, we can all do the things. But how does it make you feel? So even if it makes you money, even if you get the thing that you're going for, see if it's really misaligned. You'll feel it in your body. Like, I personally get sick. Like, I get very drained, really, really tired. You and we've grown together even as we've created this business, and we can now have conversations where I'm like, and Sarah'll say to me, like, I'm a 5 today, or I'll say to you, like, I'm at a 5 today. I just need a break, and you'll be the same. Yeah. But isn't it beautiful that we created the business that we can do that now rather than trying to push it? And listen, we're not going to sit here and say we haven't tried different things because it seems to work. Not only have we tried it, we have blue money on it. We have blue money on it. We have. So we are speaking from a space of authority of the ones that, and I'll tell you what, Sarah and I have got a bit about us, right? If we can make something work, we will do it, because Sarah and I are both kind of doers. Yeah. And we will get shit done, right? sometimes actually to the detriment of, in the past, like overworking. We've been like, right, pull back, because, you know, actually taking the space is the work, and we've seen it time and again. No, I think we've kind of nailed that now.
We're definitely,
we've kind of nailed that part of it, like taking the pauses. So, I mean, because people will always say to us, oh, you must be always so busy. I'm like, really, we're not. There's periods when we have been, but there's also periods where we're like, we've just got one call in a day and that's it. Do you know what I mean? But we built the business around that. Anyway, I'm kind of slightly digressing, but I guess what I'm trying to say is, we have tried the things. We have invested in the social media experts, the marketing experts, all of these people that have like testimonials as long as your arm. And honestly,
it's never worked.
It hasn't. And again, this is the thing. But do you know what? We always say this. It's such a lesson for us to once again trust ourselves. Even if it had worked, imagine it had worked, it wouldn't have actually took us on the path that we're supposed to be on.
No, and I think you become the victim of your own success, because then the outrage has to get more, the hooks have to get higher, and then you're just increasingly, you know, like losing your authentic self. And like, we get it, like, you know, the reason that we invested in that stuff, the reason you're probably tempted to, you know, there's never any judgment here. Our aim of this podcast is always about like connection and always to be very honest. But the reason that we do it is because you're passionate about your message and you want it to be seen.
You want it to
and if someone's saying, I can help you be seen, I can help your message reach more people, you know, and I not guarantee it, but close enough. And it's simple and it's just these tweaks and you just need to do X, Y, and Z.
I'll change your messaging by 2 words and you're going to like get thousands of people like following you.
Yeah.
Because it happened to X and it happened to Y.
Yeah.
And you know what? Oh, wow. I have yet to meet someone that's come and tell me that it worked for them.
Same.
Like, who are these people? Who are these people that it works for? Because I am like, if there's a way for us, like, we can take instruction. Like if someone's girls, here's what you need to do. We'd be like, okay, on it, done, right? And I'm like, okay, so why has it not worked? Why has it not worked? And it hasn't worked because it's not your way. And I think, remember why you started your business, like, and keep coming back to that, because do not lose your message, do not lose who you are in the process of trying to strive for success, because really, like, define success as success. I was going to say the external accolades, but you don't get them. Like,
no,
you don't get them.
You're not even getting the dopamine hit of the likes anymore. Like, you're really not. It's like, just like tumbleweed or, you know, and here's the thing, right? And the key point of this is, you can get so locked in the world of Instagram and it's the only way to sell, because there are multiple people. I'm convinced, I said this on one of our membership calls, I'm convinced the only people that really make money from Instagram are the people that tell you how to make money from Instagram. I think it's like a huge pyramid scheme, just multiple people. And I'm sure if you're listening to this and you are doing it, you'll completely call me out. This is just my opinion. I'm sure there are great coaches doing great things out there. This is just our experience. And I kind of do stand by it. It's a hard money to make, it's a hard platform to make money from. Like, Instagram earned $7 billion last year from Instagram ads. Do you know? So if big brands with huge marketing teams, right? Because let's just do a reality check here. It's not if I tweak 2 things. It's not if you just have the right hook, you're going to get all of this stuff. If Nike, if you know, Apple, if all of these huge brands have, their marketing teams can't do that, and they have an infinite amount of resources, right, to invest in the best marketers in the world. If their marketing team cannot get their message in front of you and they're having to invest huge amounts of money in an advertising budget, plus work with influencers, let me tell you, someone who is self-taught off Instagram, who will tell you that they will change a little bit, or all you have to do is write this caption and your business is going to blow up. Like, is that real? Let's just put it into context.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And like you said, Sarah, well, people might go, well, I've seen them on the private this and that and the next thing. Yeah, because going back to Sarah's point, it is a kind of like
Everyone has a
pyramid
problem
scheme.
selling on Instagram, even the big brands. That's why they pay for advertising. That's why Instagram made 7 billion, you know?
And that's the thing. So people are paying these people because they want the solution. Speaking from experience, that is not the solution. Like, it's like trying to win the lottery, trying to get a post to go viral. And also, by the way, I have seen people's posts go viral and they're like buzzing within 2 months. Crickets again.
Yeah.
And you know what? Viral doesn't mean sales. Remember as well, like, think about, like, let's talk about how to build a successful business, right? Because defining success, right? Success is, for us, it's like feeling in our authenticity, feeling in integrity with what we do, working with the best coaches in the world, training them, supporting them, post-graduation, working with companies and doing the work that we're doing. But also what we've really, really are craving is human connection. And I'm seeing this a lot. Like,
a lot.
People are fed up of the noise. And it's, well, what do you do about it? Do you feed that? Do you keep feeding it? Or do you really come back to go, well, what do I want my business to look like?
Yeah.
Like, that's really important. Getting clear on how do you want, people say, like, oh, there's a lot of buzzwords and sentences, and even I'm going to say this because you know what I'm probably going to say, build your business around you and what you want it to look like. But actually it is true. It is true, right? And I'm not saying it because it's a trend. It is really important. Like, what is important to you? Like, do you want to work 3 days a week? Do you want to be able to take the summer off? Do you want to be able to pick your... I'm just describing myself here. Yeah. Do you want to pick your kids up from school and take your kids to school? Like, all of those things, that's what I do want to do.
Yeah.
And it might take a little bit longer, but isn't it worth it?
But that's it. I think it's about the longevity. So if you're listening, you might be like, but you guys are on Instagram and you're still doing posts. So we're not saying... come off completely.
No.
So we do still use Instagram, and the way that we're treating it increasingly is that it's our storefront. It's a place where whenever someone finds out about us, like customers, regardless of whatever business you're in, will want multiple touch points. So they're going to look at you on Instagram, they're going to look at you on LinkedIn, they're going to get a feel for your presence and your energy. So it's like a storefront. They're going to check your website. They're going to do all of that. And I know for myself, like if there's someone maybe I want to work with, maybe it's a coach, maybe it's an advisor, maybe it's a course I want to buy. Like if they haven't posted on Instagram, like maybe for like a couple of years, it's not that it's a red flag, but I'm just curious about it, you know, and if they have a presence somewhere else. But if someone is posting and I can quickly get a feel for them and go, yeah, she's my kind of person, like for sure, I watch the stories. So we would say treat Instagram as your shop front. The second bit is like not all I want to be really clear on this. Not all coaching and not all coaches just sell stuff on Instagram. Like there's a whole different marketplace out there. Like our coaches, many of them build very successful businesses outside of Instagram. They build it through connection and community. And this is the most valuable way to build a long-term sustainable business. When you can get in the room with people, when you can speak on podcasts, when you can go and speak at an event, just be at an event, genuinely be interested in the people in the room with you.
Agreed.
That's whenever connections happen. That's whenever things open up. That's whenever other people introduce you to other people and you are networking like in the real world as opposed to trying to do it in the social media world. So if we think of social media, when you're trying to network on there, right, the social network, like literally putting your posts out there and trying to get some people to hear your voice, it's like being in a networking room where there are 5,000 people all speaking at the same time, right? All shouting at the same time. When you go to a real life event, it's just you
and the person
you're speaking to having a conversation. Now, what is better use of your time and what brings you more joy?
I know.
For some people, you might love content creation. You might be, I love writing those posts. It's my jam to write a great hook. I love kind of creating the videos. I'm in my flow. Then 1,000% you should do it. But if it's draining you and if you're getting frustrated and if you're getting angry, then the question has to be, why are you doing that to yourself? Like, why are you torturing yourself? And what are the other ways? Like, if social media was deleted today, right? If you could no longer access it, ask yourself, how would I build my business? Like, what would I do outside of that?
And your energy leaks on, like, honestly, people feel it when you are posting because you think you should or you need to. Well, I know how personally that's made me feel. I get really grumpy and angry and resentful.
Listen, we've both been grumpy. I've seen us do lives and it's leaked, you know, where I've kind of been like, right, and then you know.
But again, it's like, what? It was funny, right? So going back to this, when I was obviously in Bali not so long ago.
Yeah.
And I came back and I was like, I just had, you know, when you had to take space, and this is the thing, people think you've got to be on it. You don't. The biggest breakthroughs we have, Sarah, is when we take space. I mean,
Definitely.
How amazing is that? Gone are the times, things have changed. Like, the space comes when you take the space, the downloads, the insights, the wisdom, the ideas, the epiphanies. They come when you're in stillness and when you have space. When I came back from Bali, and this had been brewing for a wee while though, hadn't it?
Yeah.
Came back from Bali and I'm like, I don't think we should do that anymore. And you're like, nah, totally. And it was like, and it was one of these moments, and Sarah and I speak regularly, right? And I was like, do you know, like 85, probably close to 90% of our business comes from referrals, word of mouth. Yet we're at that point, because we were looking to work with someone, we were spending like 80% of our time on social media, or not even on social media, but thinking
about social media.
The brain space, like thinking about social media. And I'm like, do the maths. It was basic maths. Like, if we don't get that from, if our audience is over here, why are we dancing in this energy that we don't even want to be in? And do you know what? Again, we spoke about this in previous episodes, the acceptance of, actually, we get to decide. As soon as we had, it was like a moment we were just like, whoa. And it was funny, we laughed, but Sarah and I were definitely not people who hold on to it. We're just like, right, decision made, done, boom, that's it. And I think you've got to be able to pivot quite quickly. Do not beat yourself up. Like, if we were to beat ourselves up, would be still in the past, you know.
Yeah.
Just learn from it and move on and pivot, do what lights you up, do what feels good. Like, serving lovingly and powerfully, you know, having a beautiful conversation, you know, get to know people, tell me about yourself.
Yeah.
And like, that is it. Like,
and that's a bit that's so important to us, and something that we really want to bring more into, like, more into the real world. So we're looking and exploring at different events where we can connect with our community, you know, our members, you know, people who have heard of us. Like, we want those real deep in-person conversations that we don't really get to have, like, through social media. Like, we're really, really excited about that, because, you know, if you listen to us and if you follow us, you'll know at the heart of everything that we do is, like, neither of us, we hold ourselves in the regard of, like, we're experts. Do you know, we definitely are authorities within our field. We're not gurus. We're not sages on stages. Like, we don't preach to you. We, at the aim of everything that we do is, like, to get people back to their intuition, back to the answers. We're here to be in, like, conscious connection with others. We're here to really share, like, oh, these are the highs and lows of being a human. Yeah. These are the things that connect us. Like, these are the things that we have in common. These are the things that we can all help each other navigate through. Yeah. Not this divisive, like, let me tell you how to live your life, or let me tell you why that person's wrong, or, like, let me tell you how easy it gets to be. Like, let's just have honest conversations of whatever that looks like for you. If you're in a joyful place, I want to hear about it. If you're navigating something difficult, I want to hear about it. Like, if you want to have a shared experience, you know, with other people that really just brings you into a place of deep connection, soulful conversations, like, that's what we're hungry for, and that's what we're craving. And, you know, for us, that's such a heart-led decision, because we got that before from Instagram. You know, we would have had really beautiful conversations with people, and look, we still do in our DMs, you know, we do, but it's not to the same level. And it just feels noisy, it feels messy, it feels like just not what we need. It feels like disconnection, you know. Feels like humans are kind of like pitting against each other. There's a lot of frustration about not being seen and heard. And there's just a lot of people trying to sell you that magic cure.
Jumping on trends and stuff. Honestly, our best piece of advice to give you is like, find what feels good. Like, think about how you want your business to look, but also how do you want it to feel?
Yeah.
How do you want it to feel? What do you like doing? What don't you like doing? And that's it. I think we can overcomplicate it, but drown out the noise and come back to really what feels right for you. Because here's the thing, if it doesn't feel right, that is going to leak into your business and into your energy, and people will feel that. When you are in a place of, oh, it gets to be like this and I get to do it this way, that is an energy, that is a vibration, and you will attract more of that.
Yes.
When you are going about it from a place of frustration, resentment, anger, or dissociation, trying to be someone else, doing it their way, it will leak all over the place in your business. You'll attract the wrong people if you attract anyone. And you'll feel layers of shame. You'll feel such a disconnect, and really like start to have fun. It's like going back in time a little bit. I think people want that more with even the rise of AI coming in. It's quite scary for a lot of people. You know, you're seeing all these little made up videos of fake people on Instagram that are like AI robots, and it's like, whoa,
AI generated content.
Yeah.
And that, do you know what? That just tells us kind of everything like that we need to know is like the content is there for content's sake sometimes, as opposed to like, I have something like really meaningful that I want to share. And I'm not saying don't use AI, but I think we've got to get real about like what's happening in that space. And what I love is, you know, especially for our coaches, because you know, we say this a lot, but it's true. They're accredited to the highest level in the industry. You know, they are real professionals in their field. And I love that they are able to go out and hold themselves, you know, in that professional capacity, like at networking events.
And not rely on Instagram.
And not rely on
Facebook.
Instagram. Do you know, we have HR professionals, C-suite leaders in businesses and organizations. We have some that are active on social media, active on LinkedIn. We have many that aren't. We have people that have done TED Talks, you know, ran retreats. And a lot of those things have sold not via social media. Like if you're listening to this and maybe you think, oh, I'd love to be a coach, but I can't do social media. I don't want to do social media. It's not about social media. No. Like it's really, really not. Like we need to break this self-created, self-inflicted illusion that to be a coach equals I need to have an Instagram account. Like to be a coach equals I've got to be able to sell on social media. To be a coach is to create change within the lives of others, within workplaces, within your kind of chosen niche. And you can do that in a brilliant variety of ways. Do you know, I've published 2 books. They've sold like, I think it's about 90,000 copies worldwide. Do you know, that has been like my business card and my calling card to like people. You can write, you can talk, you can lead expert workshops. Like imagine if you took all of that energy that you're currently using right now to think about social media, to write about social media, to design your social media, to edit your social media. What if you did that and just got in a room full of your ideal clients and went to an event and spoke to them about it and held their attention for 30 minutes rather than 3 seconds on a social media?
Hoping that someone signs up to your program.
Yeah.
Like human connection and community is so needed right now more than ever.
Totally.
People are craving it. We feel it on a conscious level. And definitely even for us, Sarah, we're like loving really actually getting out there. We're running our own retreat next year.
Yeah.
Which is incredibly exciting.
We were at a great event yesterday, meeting people.
Yeah, we were at an event yesterday. We're at another one next week in London. And it feels exciting. I'd much rather, listen, I'm on social media, but when I want to do it, I won't be forced to do something because it takes me massively out of my integrity. And if I'm not in integrity with myself, I might as well shut the doors on my business, because we are our business. And if we are not in integrity, what's the point?
Absolutely. And here's the bit, like your message matters, like your voice matters, but you don't matter to an algorithm.
No.
You don't matter. It's not Instagram's fault. It's not Anna. It's just you don't matter. No matter how great your message is, the algorithm isn't going to promote it or do it. Like, you will have to conform to those rules. But find a way for your message to reach those people, because it's important work. Like, you feel it in your passion and your soul, but come out of the narrow, restricted view that probably a lot of the accounts that you're following are telling you, oh, it's not that you're doing it wrong, it's just you haven't cracked this small code. Oh, if I was to go back and if I was to have a 10K months, I'm honestly, like, drive me mad. Like that's the benchmark of success. Like, if I was to have a 10K month, here's all the things that I would do again. All of this nonsense. Like, people are making money, have purpose-filled businesses, and they're not on social media. I know, you know, we both know incredibly successful coaches, incredibly successful, they don't have social media.
And if they're on it, it's just nice kind of sort
it's just their own
little bits and bobs they're posting, and there's no like sort of theme to it. And that's it. You've got to love what you do, guys. And if it is taking you away from the love and the passion for what you do, really question if it's the right thing for you. Because that's the thing, it takes up so much headspace and energy, thinking, promoting, editing, writing,
getting the word perfect. And that's what
and that's it. I think we've made our point, Sarah. I think without labouring the point, there are so many ways to build a business, and I think we're going to really see a turnaround in this. And
for sure.
People sort of, and if the network isn't there, create your own. Mm-hmm. If the event isn't there, create your own. Like, if you want it, trust me, other people want it. Like, if you want to go to an event or a space where it's all women, or it's a mix, or it's corporates, or it's this, or it's that, like, what would you love to see? What would you love to hear? Who would you love to be in the room with? And if it's not there, go create it. Like, create your own one. I mean, it's so possible, right? We did this with intuitive psychology. We were like, we need a place like this. We need an institution that has this. We need a blah, 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 blah. And we're like, right, okay, there's no one. Right, so let's create it. And we did it. So, and we have clients globally, Australia, America, Canada, Asia, like UK. And this is our point. You are capable if you want it, someone else does too, and just go make it happen. Channel your energy into that, but always, always, always come back to purpose, come back to your mission. Keep that at the heart of everything that you do. And if in doubt, close down your eyes, drop into your heart space and ask your intuition, tune into that. It will always give you the right answer for you.
Oh, I think that's such a powerful way to end. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you have enjoyed this, please leave a review. Please give us a little rating. It does help with visibility, or share it with a friend. If this is like boom, 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 this is exactly what we've been talking about. Get in the WhatsApp chat, share it with someone else. And thanks for joining today.
Thanks, everyone.